This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back to the show. We're here to talk, I can't believe it's podcast number 5, about developing healthy sleep habits for 3 to 6 year olds. So these are children who have hopefully transitioned to bed by then, except mine. Let's talk a little bit about people who don't know who we're talking to. Liz and Megan, please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your business. Thank you.
I'm Liz Wysong Hoffart, and I own Good Friends Sleep Services in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And I'm Megan Wysong, and I own Bump to Babe Doula and Sleep Services in Baltimore, Maryland.
Perfect. And the two of you working together, I love this virtually and so many. By the way, they're sisters. I think that's important to share. I think that's really cute that they are in on this together and in it, shall I say, to win it in a sense. um, what did you want to kind of, move on in for us today, ladies?
Yeah, we'll tell you a little bit about our businesses, and then we'll share that special time or age bracket between 3 to 6 year olds. So I'm just focused on teen coaching as well. Bit different. So that's 0 to 18 years of age.
Hmm.
And I work with anything from temper tantrums to setting boundaries, setting limits with teenagers, and nurturing that relationship.
Great. And I'm Megan again, and I do sleep coaching, pediatric sleep coaching, as well as I'm a postpartum doula. So I really help families transition into parenthood, build their confidence, and foster resilience. So do
Ah.
we want to jump right into our topic?
I think so. We're going to shift gears a little bit, as you say, right? And talk a little bit about these, I guess, older children. We covered infants, we've done the younger ones, and now 3 to 6 year olds. So those that have transitioned, as you say, out of a crib and into a bed. We're going to cover, why sleep matters, foundation of healthy sleep for this age, some common sleep challenges, myths, facts, etc. You name it. So where do we start, ladies?
So, let's start with why sleep is important for
Yeah.
children and parents. So, we all know sleep is not a luxury, it is a necessity, and good sleep habits really support growth, development, learning, while giving your child the rest that they need to thrive. So, sleep quantity and quality is the most significant influence on a healthy life. And really, sleep disrupts not just a child's days or nights, but also their days. They're less mentally alert, more inattentive, unable to concentrate, easily distracted, and often impulsive and hyper. Is all true. Well, their attention, behavior, learning, memory, emotional regulation, and really quality of life.
And it's good for us parents too, right? Can
And
you elaborate on
also,
that?
we can't forget, Meg, is parents. Yes, yes. So sleep deprivation. I have 3 kids, and when my kids were this age, it was painful because when my kids didn't sleep, I didn't sleep, and my husband didn't sleep. This affects your central nervous system, including all your motor skills. So, like when you're driving and you aren't sleeping, you don't remember where you're gone and how you got there. Your ability to think at work, your focus, all the way down to your cellular and your tissue breakdown and recovery from sicknesses. Just your routines and not getting enough sleep is associated with your mental health, your depression, emotional and mental disorders, obesity, hypertension, injuring yourself. Really, sleep is a necessity for your whole entire family.
Yeah. And by the way, the lines are open if you have any questions. Feel free to call in as we continue. 631-307-4010. That's 631-307-4010. Ask any questions. Doesn't even have to be on today's topic specifically, but thank you for sharing that, Liz and Meg. Now, what about two foundations, Meg? I think you want to take this one, right? For healthier sleep for children 3 to
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. So the two foundations that you need to think about for this age group is really developing predictable and soothing bedtime routines and ensuring the environment is conducive for sleep. So, having a consistent bedtime routine is directly related to better sleep, including falling asleep faster, earlier bedtimes, fewer night wakings, and longer sleep. So, bedtime routines impact both the parent-child attachment as well as language development, emotion, and behavioral regulation.
Yeah, and so some tips for better bedtimes, including making sure you have some connection time to start your night. So, say for example, you start your night bedtime wind down routine
Yep.
sometime between like 6:45 to 6 to 7
Yep.
o'clock. Have about 15 minutes or so to either have some silly time or do an activity together. That will fill up their tank of connections, and then do a step-by-step bedtime routine that's consistent night after night. Um, that bedtime routine will take about a half an hour or so and have 4 or 5 different activities where you might take a bath
Yep.
every night or every couple of nights,
Okay.
brush your teeth, put on
Oh,
pajamas.
hold on one sec. We got a caller in. Hi, welcome to the show. You're live on the line. Who's this?
Hello, this is this is Jacob.
Hi, Jacob. You're live on the air with Meg and Liz. What would you like to ask?
Yes, it's just that me and my fiance, my wife, we just became a new parent like month and a half ago, and like now it's been a struggle because I now introduced sleeping with him on top of my chest and on the bed instead of the crib. So, is there any like recommendations I can do with like sleep with him and sleep with me and my fiance on
Sure.
like
Yeah.
like so we can have a little bit more like him knowing his own space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, well, congratulations first off on the new baby. That's very exciting for you and your fiance. Um, contact napping is really important in these early weeks. Babies need that for co-regulation. They need that for to regulate their respiratory system, and attachment. So it's during the day where you focus your efforts on these early weeks is really putting him down in his bed or bassinet at night. So that way he gets used to the environment. You're going to follow safe sleep guidance and put him on his back with nothing else in the crib on a firm surface and swaddle ideally or a sleep sack and practice at night. So the first stretch of the night is going to be the easiest. That's when his sleep pressure is going to be the highest. So practice at the beginning of the night, putting him down, rocking or feeding right before sleep, and then putting him in his crib. Get him used to that space. And then you can move on to some of the naps during the day, moving him out of your arms and into the crib or bassinet.
Right. And then and it's been like taking a toll on me and the mom. So it's like kind of like what can we do
Hmm.
as a balance as well?
Yeah.
throughout the
So
nighttime.
yeah, usually what I recommend to parents is sort of taking shifts overnight. So one of you would be awake, say from 10 until 2, and the other one from 2 till 6. And one of you is caring for the infant during your time. The other one is sleeping, maybe with earplugs or sleep mask, maybe in another room. And sort of take shift in these early days. Really, these early days are all about survival. So whatever you need
Yeah,
to do
so
to
true.
get through these days.
Oh, good luck to you, Jacob.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Ah,
It's just that, like, yeah, it's just that it's pretty new to me. I'm a first time um bloodline parent. I have two stepdaughters, but they're a little bit older,
hmm
um so it's like this is the first one on my own
Yeah.
with her. So it's like a little bit mystery question for me. So it's just like I just need to know what's the right guidance, what's the right coaching, um, what's the right therapy that I can do.
Great. Anything else, ladies, you want to say before we go?
Yeah. So there's actually, if you, yeah, I was just gonna say, if you go onto my website, the bumptobabedoula.com, I offer an infant sleep package that may be able to provide more information to you and your fiance, how to handle bedtime and night sleeps with your under 4 month old.
Okay.
All right. Thank
And
you
that
so
also
much. Oh, go ahead.
includes a call, Meg, right? That also includes a
What?
phone call with your package.
Right, right.
All right, Jacob, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate it. Good
All
luck to
right.
you. All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
631-307-4010 as we continue. In the meantime, where did we leave off? We were under talking about the second
So I
foundation, right?
think, yeah, I think I was talking, yep, the second foundation. So ensuring a conducive sleep environment. So you want to make sure you're using blackout curtains, no electronic devices before bed, ensuring that the room is between 68 and 72, using a white noise machine, and that the room is safe now that the child is out of their crib and in their bed. So, want to make sure that your bookcases are attached to the wall, there's no cords hanging down from the
Mm-hmm.
blinds, and you may consider using a baby gate so you're keeping the child in their room at night so they're not walking around at 2 in the morning.
Go
So
ahead.
those are the two sleep foundations for healthy sleep. Should we move on and talk about the
Yeah.
two challenges for this age group?
Oh yeah, and don't forget blacking out those curtains though. That's like to me like so important. Like keep everything dark, right? And no
Yes.
devices. That's hard though
Yeah.
too. But yes, let's
Yep.
go. Let's continue to talk about some of those and bedtime battles too.
Yeah. So some of the bedtime battles, 3 to 6 year olds like to be independent. And it's really important that you distinguish some of the things that are teacher or not teacher decisions, parent decisions and children decisions. So one way to do that is to really identify that this is a mommy decision or this is whatever the child's name is, like a Maddie decision for example. So bedtime is always a mommy decision or a dad decision. Um, so for example, they can have like at dinner time, you can give a choice. Like, do you want carrots or
Mm-hmm.
broccoli? This is a Maddie decision, but bedtime is always a mommy decision. So bath time is a mommy decision. Do you want to brush your teeth before bath time? or after bath time. That's a Maddie decision. So they start to see that staying in your bed is a mommy decision. And each of the different steps related to bedtime is a parent decision and it's parent led. So this starts setting up um, seeing that a parent is in charge of bedtime. Um, Also, another part that will help with bedtime battles is always being calm voice time on the nights and on or weeknights and on the weekends. You can adjust it by about 30 minutes, but don't have the big swings
Hmm.
for the timing of it. Eliminate screen time that always ramps up kids and finally addressing issues with separation anxiety. You can do that by playing some games related to separation anxiety and having that good connection time before bed.
Perfect. And let me just
So
ask,
Meg, do you want to talk
oh,
about, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, Meg,
Meg,
go
do you want
ahead.
to talk about
Yeah, let me jump in and share a little bit about how to tackle early morning wake ups. They're notorious for this age group. Um, a couple tips include adjusting to an earlier bedtime to avoid being overtired. Sometimes parents think, oh, I'm going to push bedtime back so then they'll wake up later. But sort of the inverse is true. Moving to an earlier bedtime will avoid them being overtired. Making sure naps don't go past 5 p.m. Have them stay in bed if they wake up early. You can put books or stuffies in bed with them so they can look at or play with in the early morning. And absolutely don't offer screen time if they wake up early. That will set up a pattern where they wake up even earlier so they get screen time. I know it's really handy sometimes to pass the iPad to, your 5-year-old when they get up at 6 to get an extra
Yep.
hour of sleep. But don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, well, I also want to say we just got an email in from the station. This is from Maria C. from Jacksonville, Florida. What sleep training methods do you use, and how long does sleep training usually take? Because we were just going to talk about sleep training.
Yeah.
Tell us what it is again, if you don't mind, and run us through this. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So sleep training actually establishes the healthy sleep habits and routines to help your child fall asleep independently. So some of the sleep training routines we actually do, there's about 8 to 10 different ones, and it really depends on the child and the parent's comfort level for the sleep training methods that we use. Depending on if they're still in a crib or outside of a crib. Um, we change up the sleep training methods. So we do sometimes check and console if they
Hmm.
are in a crib. We may do the a chair, which involves moving the chair away from the crib or from the bed. Do one that's called the kissing game. There's really a variety of different ones
Hmm.
based on the child's comfort level, parents' comfort level, and where they're at in the process of if they're co-sleeping or not. So it really depends on that particular
Mhm.
individualized plan.
And usually sleep training and the packages we offer take about 2 weeks, but we see pretty significant changes in just 3 to 5 days. Once parents are consistently setting expectations and holding boundaries and moving from sleep decisions being child-led to being parent-led.
Perfect. Thank you. And to continue on our journey and path of sleep training again, just to make sure, we all have this down pat, right? Do you need a sleep coach to do sleep training? Can people do it themselves?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, sure. So, a lot of times people come to us after they've pulled methods off of the internet and tried to apply them, read certain books. Um, and often they have difficulty with that. It's really difficult to
Yep.
sort of troubleshoot in the moment. Sleep training ideally is customized to your family's values, whether or not you can tolerate crying or not tolerate crying, the temperament of your child, and hiring a sleep coach to help troubleshoot the changes that need to happen over the course of the week is really money well spent.
Absolutely. I think you want to do a little round robin, we call it, or how does that? It's a speed round, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, Liz, maybe you can take this one. Let me say a myth and you can jump in with a fact. Does that work, Liz?
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
sleep training means ignoring my child's needs. Is that true?
No, absolutely not. It does not mean neglecting your child's needs. In fact, you are paying even closer attention to their needs. So even if you're out of the room, you are engaged in listening in if they're crying. You are trying to think about how to meet their needs, maybe coming back and checking in on them. You're going to be being very intentional on that bedtime routine. You're going to be thinking about
Mm-hmm.
um, how to set up that bedtime routine so that it fits your child. Also, just hiring a sleep consultant in the first place shows that you're um, being a parent that is wanting to make the situation a better situation. How about Meg? Sleep training is not safe and will harm
Yeah, I hear this
attachment.
all of the time. And research actually shows that sleep training is safe and does not harm attachment. That sleep trained children have better nutritional effects. So there's this sort of misnomer that if you sleep train, you're a bad parent
Mm-hmm.
and your child cries themselves to sleep. And those are not methods that we use. We really focus on parent responsive methods and gentle sleep training.
Oh, hold on. We got another question here. This is from Leah A. Keen from New Hampshire. Thank you for writing in. It says, how do you coordinate sleep training with breastfeeding?
Sure. So,
Go
as a
for it, Meg.
postpartum doula, I work with a lot of families that that first 6 months, they are breastfeeding their child and responding when the child indicates that they are hungry. Sleep training doesn't need to mean nighttime weaning. Naturally, the child, as they develop their circadian rhythm and sleep starts to consolidate, they are going to move most of their feeding to the daytime.
Yeah,
And breastfeeding moms, as babies are sleeping longer stretches, may have to get up to pump, but the child sometimes can sleep right through the night. Now, some families choose to night wean at the time that they do sleep training, but that's a personal decision for all parents.
perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Well, then also
Mhm.
to, kind of, talk more about these uh, pediatric sleep coaches, as you all are, right? When should parents
Mhm.
really start reaching out?
Mhm. Yeah. So there's quite a few reasons that parents reach out to us. Some of them are when a child's sleep problems are significantly impacting the whole family's well-being. Sometimes when they've tried various different sleep training methods and they feel like it's just hasn't been successful and they need somebody to help them. Severe sleep deprivation, and it's impacting the child's mood or the family and parents' moods and their daytime functioning, struggling just overall and experiencing frequent night wakings. Sometimes it's a medical issue and they have to get sleep as well.
So let me jump in maybe and talk a little bit about how we support families as sleep coaches. So we create customized sleep plans that include sleep shaping for early infants and then sleep training methods for the age group we're talking about today, 3 to 6 year olds, as well as 4 months up to 6. So we offer 2 weeks of support and accountability, and we offer both virtual and in-person parent coaching support in Baltimore, Maryland, and Lincoln, Nebraska. And really, we are along for the ride with the family. We do check-ins each morning to find out how the evening went. We tweak their plan to reach the goals that we all set out for in the beginning of the 2 week period.
Yay. And of course, if you have any questions, you got to call our experts and let's remind everyone how we can do that. Thank you so much. How can families, sign up to get in touch with you?
Great. So you can reach out to me. This is Megan at bumptobabedoula.com. You can fill out a request for a discovery call right on my website, and I will get back in touch with you. You can also email me at megan@bumptobabedoula.com.
And for Liz, you can reach me at goodfriendsleepservices.com and you would fill out a contact form. You can reach me by email at liz@goodfriendsleepservices.com as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, ladies. Pleasure talking to you again today. Thank you to our caller and those that wrote in. And next week, what do we have? A little teaser? Anything in particular?
Yeah, so it's our final episode next week, and we've invited 2 parents to come onto the show.
Mhm.
We have Allie, whose child is 5 months and who went through sleep training and found success. And then we also have Lauren, who has a 4.5-year-old little girl who also went through sleep training and found success. So we thought it'd be a great opportunity to sort of hear where they started in their sleep journey and then where they ended up and how they felt about that whole process.
Awesome. Thank you for the teaser. We appreciate it. And we'll be in touch next week. Don't forget, email me, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys so
Okay.
much for your time. And
Thanks.
wait, I should say, Merry Christmas, obviously. Happy Hanukkah to those celebrating. And I guess we'll talk then the week after, right?
Nope, actually
Nope.
Monday. We're
Oh,
talking
okay.
Okay.
Even
Monday.
better. Thank you guys so
Yeah.
much. I appreciate it. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk again then before the holiday. Bye-bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.